Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. Everyone that is watching this right now, I would like to explain a few things about the AFK community regarding all of that. Because you all know, in about 9 days now, I will be there. I would have been there for 3 years, and I do apologize if my gameplay on here sucks. I have a very bad setup, number one. Number two, I haven't played this game in a while, so you know what, of course I'm not going to be good. But anyway, that's not the point of this video. It's not just to show some Arsenal gameplay. I only put gameplay in the background along with music, just so you all would at least be a little bit entertained in this video and not be completely bored over it all, because this video is just going to be just a bunch of talking and stuff. So technically, this is just, like, I only put gameplay in here just because of the fact that, so you all wouldn't get boredom throughout this video. Anyway, I have my graphics down on low because I don't have my computer plugged in and it lags when it's not plugged in on full graphics. I know I'm still pretty choppy, but still, you know what, like I said, it's not the point of the video. However, the point of the video is why I became controversial in the AFK community, and this is going to be a pretty long video explaining why I am like this right now. As you can clearly see, I've been in the community for a relatively long time now, and you can obviously tell I've been in there for almost 3 years. I already said that for like 3 times in a row already. But anyway, I'm not going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about why I became controversial in the AFK community and what led me to being like rude to everyone on purpose for no reason. Not on purpose, just no reason at all. So this video is just going to be the timeline of me in this community for the past 3 years. I'm just going to be explaining what I've been doing and how I came across this game, how I came across the community, and what all that's happened to me in the past 3 years, and what I've built my reputation up to, which is right now, the current day, January 12th of this year, as you can clearly tell. But anyway, I started the game on January 21st, 2019, when I think it might have been January 20th, who knows, I can't really remember right off, but I think it was either the 21st day or 20th day of 2019, being weird. But anyway, I do remember, I actually found it from the Green Yoshi 2000. If you don't know who that is, that's a Roblox Subway Simulator YouTuber, Workout Pizza Place YouTuber. And I've watched him for about 4 years now. I found his channel shortly after I made my account on Roblox, which was around 4 years ago, 3.5 years ago. And I watched his Workout Pizza Place content at first because I really played that game a lot. I invested a lot in that game during that time era, like late 2018, early 2019. So I played that game a lot before I started playing Subway Simulator, because I just became inactive on work at a pizza place. However, I saw some things that he made Subway Simulator videos. However, I didn't really care about those videos, so I just ignored them. I didn't really pay attention to them, or just didn't really give interest in them at all. So anyway, it was the night, I think either January 20th or January 21st, 2019, where I was on Roblox, and I looked up his profile, the Green Yoshi 2000. He was in a game, and it allowed me to play his game because he had joins on for everyone, even people that weren't his friends or his followers or whatever. And I actually saw that he was in the game, so I decided to join it, because why not? I wanted to meet the YouTuber, and he was in Subway Simulator, and it took me to that game. And I was like, what is this game? So I joined in, and obviously, like every other new player, they just went up to the 10-hour door, didn't even know how to read or anything. I didn't know how to read, but at first I was confused, because he was actually in the 10-hour room when I first saw him, so I didn't get a good distance or view of him at all. But I remember I played the game for about like 5 or 10 minutes and just left and didn't like take interest in it for like another 2 months. So I remember it was very different back then. The game's community, the game's like just the Subway in general, the model was different, a lot different. But anyway, as you can obviously tell, due to the brand new revamp that came out just a month ago. But anyway, I didn't touch this game for another 2 months until around March 19th, 2019, where the spring event came out just 3 days or 4 days before, and I saw Yoshi's video on it. It came up on my recommended that day, or I think it was probably like 2 days before. I think it was March 17th, 2019 when it came up, and I was like, this game got an update, or like a spring update? At first, I didn't know it was like an event or anything, because I didn't know events existed in the game, so I thought the update was permanent. I thought it was just like where he just like took the subway out of the tunnel, and I thought that was pretty cool, because I didn't know what events were back then, so I was like, you know what, that makes my game, that makes, sorry, I do not have good I talk too fast, so if I mess up on my words, I do apologize for that. That's why most of the videos just have captions and context them instead of just no commentary. But this time I'm too lazy just to edit out all that crap, so you know what? I'm just gonna talk, because that's easier for me, at least. Even though I mess up a lot on my words, because I don't have good social skills in real life. Compared to the social skills I have on the internet, they're completely different in reality. But anyway, I am getting nailed right here. Oh my goodness, it's like a ton of spawn campers. But anyway, it was like the spring event. Like, there was two parts of it. The first one, which ran from March 15th, 2019, which was the original release of it, that ran until March 20th, 2019, when the second part came out, where the snow had melted. Because the first part was where it was like still winter in the game. There was a snow Christmas scenery, which was the Christmas 2018 background, was being used for this part of the event. However, the new one, like the second update, which was one where the snow had melted, it was just grass, it was a brand new background. It was pretty much just the same exact background as before, just without any snow in it. And basically, I liked it a lot. So I first tried out the game's event on March 19th, 2019. Then one day later, the update came out on March 20th, 2019. The second update did. I checked it out, and that was the day I met some of my friends that I'm still friends with today, like Broken Buggy Joe and Mario Trees and Luke Steel 01, all those people. I met them all that day, because I don't remember seeing them back in January when I first played. But I do remember seeing them that day, because Yoshi actually made a video that day, and I was actually happened to be in it with my cringe outfit. I thought I was cool for looking. I thought I had it made with that outfit because I was 12 and a half, not 12 and a half, but I just turned 12 like a month and a half before. I thought I looked pretty cool, but in reality, I just looked pretty stupid in front of everyone. But you know what? That was back in 2019. Everybody just made fun of everybody for everything. And nowadays, since all these people that joined 2020 and up just don't care anymore. They completely changed it. It's just like the fact that the flexing in the community was like no longer a thing after that year came up, because what happened is all these 2020ers, if you don't know what that is, that's just like a term to describe everybody. So I would be like considered as a 2019er, because I played that year, I joined that year, I started the community that year. Well, anyway, basically people that joined 2020 and up just like, they didn't get harassed and all that stuff, but people like, I would say 2020 was probably like the worst year for this community, and all it just causes, it was garbage. There's drama every single day on the FS group wall. It almost got so annoying. I mean, good grief, I can still remember it so clearly, and that was almost 2 years ago at this point. And I don't hate 2020ers just because they're annoying and stupid and stuff like that. I hate it because they joined during a terrible era for this game. Not like 2019 was any better, but I would say early 2019 was still half decent. I mean, hey, you still got bullied for just wearing Roblox 2.0, which was pretty stupid to get bullied over. And pretty much, my antics in this community are very similar to it's similar to like a dose of what the community acted like back then. So if you didn't play back then, that's pretty much my actions and the way I act and treat people is pretty much how people acted pretty much every single day. Everybody did back then. They were just brash about everything and always just bashed people for crap that didn't even matter and stuff, and it was kind of annoying and stuff. I remember that one time when I wanted to buy the storage cart DLC, but I didn't have enough for it. I literally just I got straight off called a cheapskate for it for no reason, when I didn't even have the money for it at that time. But anyway, I played this game, and shortly after the spring event ended, I wanted to get the 10-hour badge, because I actually did attempt getting the 1-hour badge on March 20th, 2019. I succeeded that day, because that badge is honestly not that hard to get at all. I did it without an auto-clicker, which is, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you do it with an auto-clicker, good for you. It just takes less time, because you're not sitting at your desktop for 1 hour straight doing nothing. But basically, what I did the last 1 hour is I actually just talked to people and socialized and all that stuff, which made the 1 hour a little bit less tedious. But anyway, a few days later, I tried attempting getting the 10-hour badge. However, I actually didn't know I didn't know what an auto-clicker was back then, so the dumb idiot 12-year-old myself thought I could go on the game and just sit there all day when I was in school. And if you didn't know, ever since late 2019, I've been homeschooled. So this was back in March, April 2019. So I was still in regular school. I still went to school at a place instead of I did not go to school at my home yet till August of that year. So I was still in regular school. So I had literally no time to do this at all. So I pretty much had no chance until March 26, 2019, when I randomly joined the game. I got a badge. I don't even know what it was. I didn't get the time to read it because it appeared on my screen so fast. But I was curious, so I tried going into the 10-hour cart, and it let me in. I was like, why am I not getting killed? But I got the badge. I went to my profile, and it said I had it on Roblox without doing anything. And that was really strange. Please don't tell Ugly Bad. However, I honestly wouldn't really care because that was almost 3 years ago at this point. And if he just, like, banned me from the game from it, that's fine. I don't really touch the game much anymore, only because I just don't find interest in it. 60 hours is too much of a challenge for my internet, especially due to the fact that my internet goes off pretty much every single night, which makes it really hard, honestly, to play the game even and auto-click all night long, due to the fact that my internet is just terrible at night. But anyway, basically that's what happened. Is after I got the 10-hour badge, it just really made me want to play the game a lot even more, and I actually got to make a lot of friends in that game and stuff, like a lot of people. And I really played. I've invested in the game a lot throughout. I would say I was pretty much playing the game every single day from April to I'd say probably even September 2019. I remember there was this one time, I can't remember, I think it was probably November 2019, shortly after the Great Hiatus started. I wanted to quit the game, however, I couldn't quit the game because I was pretty much too dedicated to it. I was disconnected to it too much, because I made most of the majority of my Roblox friends off of that game, because I had been playing it for about 6 months, about around 8 or 9 months at that time, so you know what, I couldn't do it, because I just couldn't leave the game, and I'm still here somehow 3 years later. You can definitely tell if I didn't do a good job leaving it only like 8 months in the community at that time, you definitely can't tell I'm stuck there forever. If I've been there for 3 years, coming in like 9 days, and yeah, you don't get your hopes up of me leaving. Even though I said I'm gonna leave, it's probably not gonna happen. I don't know why. It's probably because I made too many of my Roblox friends there, my Roblox memories there throughout the past 3 years, up to the point where leaving the game is just not an easy thing or not an easy decision. Because it's just different, okay? You know what? When you dedicate yourself to a community that really doesn't mean anything, like just off of a simple afternoon joke, as Ugly Bad would say, because he actually didn't. He made this game in the afternoon and said it was a joke. And you know what? When you play a game like this for 3 years straight, it's honestly kind of sad, because over the fact that I've actually just like completely just taken my time. It's almost like I've wasted my time the past 3 years on this platform, but not really. But you know what? That's what happened. So basically, pretty much all that happened in 2019. Now we just gotta go over 2020. I know this video is gonna be pretty long, and it's probably gonna take me days just to upload this due to the amount of schoolwork I have currently right now. But anyway, 2020 is when I turned 13 years old, and I was old enough to get a Discord account and a YouTube channel. So that's when I joined Discord and YouTube and all that stuff. Oh boy. Some of the worst mistakes in my life at that point, because I started acting really stupid. Because, like, I'm pretty sure if you remember on this channel at least 2 years ago, back in the early days, when I used to try to act like cool Roblox YouTubers by making some weird looking outfit that looks like I just practically made myself look like a 9-year-old at the time, and it was silly. I tell you what, there's some things I regret, and it's just making content during that time. I should have matured before then, because I was just immature with my content. And then the 201 drama came in. If you don't know what that is, that's just when the 201 Empire, managed by 201 Bob, Zero Toes, and Soft 201 Ticker. I don't even know who the heck manages it. I'm probably gonna get called out by one of them just for pronouncing their group wrong or whatever, their cult wrong or whatever. But come on, that drama was like 2 years ago. That's old. If you shouldn't hang on to that stuff now, even I've dropped it at this point. So you know what? But basically, this, 201 Bob got banned from SS in 2019, December 6th, I think. He was, a lot of people were causing a bunch of drama on it. And then, a month later, just around 2 years ago, in January 2020, he got unbanned. And a bunch of people were freaking out, and Broken Buggy Joe, it didn't happen with Broken Buggy Joe. It happened with a kid named Sacrificer209, because Roblox had recently updated the player list UI, or layout, in the game. In every single game on Roblox 2 years ago. So Sacrificer209, this person on the SS Group wall who had been playing since I think July 2019 or something. I remember meeting him at the summer event that year. So he's been playing for about as long as me. But anyway, he was still pretty new at the time, relatively new. I had been playing the game for just like, I think it was like January 26th of 2020 is when this happened, so I had just been playing the game for at least a year at this point, so I was already a so-called veteran of the community at this point, but he was only like 6 months old in this community. But he said on the group wall, anyone else notice how the player list updated? And 201 Bob commented, wow, you couldn't have thought of, he said something, I think, saying you couldn't have thought of something more dumb to say or something, or less dumb to say, and it pissed off a few people. Like, I think Broken Buggy Joe was probably the one that got touched by it the most, as he tried to say something. I forgot what he said, but I don't have the time to look back at that right now, but that's when all this crap happened, and it started off because I would really say the first 3 months, January, February, and March, I mean, they were pretty hectic for Broken Buggy Joe and Mario Trees, as they were involved in a lot of this drama at the time. However, for me, I had not been involved yet, luckily. However, unfortunately, 1 month later, at the start of April 2020, the Milk Drinkers, a game by CGC Fad, also known as Subway Simulator Moderator, which was a game created originally in early 2017. However, its popularity bursted in early April 2020 around Easter. I remember a ton of people were playing it. Me, Broken Buggy Joe, Mario Trees, Nasty 04 Down. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but I don't really give a crap if I pronounce people's names right or wrong. Don't come crying to me about it, please. It's just a name. Plus Nasty 04 Down joined Roblox in like 2014. He's probably like 9 years old when he joined, so he probably doesn't know what he was talking about. So if I pronounce his name wrong, please don't get offended over a name you created like 8 years ago, please, okay? You know what? People have misspelled my name many times on Roblox, and you're probably wondering, how in the world can you misspell pools? It's like a 5-letter word. I don't know, man. I don't even know, but it's just people that can't spell too well, but I don't really care if people misspell my name. It's just a name on the internet. It doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah, a lot of people know me by it, but then again, who cares if it's spelled incorrectly? But anyway, I got involved in this drama when a user, well, not really. There's this user named CutieTail. If you don't know, he's still pretty active in the community. He's pretty much just an AFK game addict and a narc. If you don't know what a narc is, it's pretty much just somebody that's just can't. It's addicted to everybody. Like, if there's, like, you can be a narc for anything. I can be a narc for Arsenal if I just invested in this game too much. Like, I don't really invest in it. However, me and my cringy 13-year-old self at the time, I didn't know how to cope, so when he started bullying me for random reasons and calling me jealous of his game time, I didn't know how else to fight back to him, so I just spit out a ton of dumb insults. I would say so-called insults. They probably weren't even insults in the first place, but who cares? Anyway, this really got me to be angry because I think I remember being so mad at him, and like, then one day he started treating me really nicely. I didn't even know what he meant at that time, so you know what, I just left him alone. But then on May 25th, 2020, ugly bad due to the coronavirus pandemic at that time, he came back from his great hiatus. Instead of 2 years, it had lasted only 6 months, because if you didn't know, if this virus wasn't a thing, this hiatus would have ended 2 months ago on November 1st, but due to the fact that the virus was a thing, it caused him to come back 6 months into his mission, which a lot of people were happy for, and even me, I was happy for it. I didn't even, like, it made me addicted to SS, because by the time June 2020 was rolling around, I was pretty much losing my interest in this community, especially due to the fact that there was too much drama and stuff infested in it, that pretty much infected the community and made it less enjoyable for me. However, when he came back, it just brought back my enthusiasm for this game and the game's community and all that stuff. So that's why I stuck around. However, around, I think it was, this is definitely like June 2020. I'll never forget, I was in the Milk Drinker server. Wow, very nice. I'm probably gonna get made fun of for mispronouncing the word server. Go ahead, I don't really care. But basically, I'm leading up to the events what caught me to be an idiot. I'm not an idiot, but rude for no reason. Because if you didn't know, now this is, I know many of you will think this is irrelevant. However, there was this website called brickhill.com, and a lot of you people know what it is now, but 2 years ago, when I first joined this website, none of you really knew what it was, because it was this pretty small Roblox clone with only 200,000 users when I first joined it. However, now that Roblox clone has got over 800,000 people on it because of the fact that it's grown massively in the past year or 2 years. So you know what? I first joined it on February 3rd, 2020 on my old account, LegoGuy77. I didn't really do anything on the website back then. However, on May 15th, 2020, I got locked out of my old account, LegoGuy77. However, just 1 week before, on May 6th, 2020, I made my main account called Bonked. Now this, I didn't really do anything with this account for like the first month of its creation. However, on June 12th, actually no, not June 12th. Yeah, wait, yes it was June 12th. It was June 12th, 2020. I decided to get on SS on Roblox Subway Simulator. I do apologize once again for my mispronunciations of words. I'm speaking a little bit too fast at the moment. I probably should slow down a little bit because I sound like I'm full of words right now, like just can't say for no reason that I can say any other time but now, because I'm nervous about recording videos because I have camera fright and I don't do a good job talking to people on the camera. But anyway, like I said, it was June 12th, 2020. I decided to hop on SS because I wanted Subway Simulator. I wanted to get 30,000 minutes. So I think I was around 27,000 minutes. Well, I wanted to get 30,000 minutes. So I did it with an auto-clicker on my old crappy computer, white computer. If you don't know what a white computer is, it's the thing. It's really just a Windows 10 that's been upgraded. It was originally a Windows 7 or XP that was upgraded like Windows 7 like 7 years ago, and then upgraded to Windows 10 3 or 4, I think it was 5 years ago. Well, it was my main computer throughout the rest of 2017, 2018, 2019. It's also the same exact computer I made my Roblox account on currently, my current one. But that computer was, it was a decent computer. I used it back in 2018 a lot in 2019. Back when it actually ran well and didn't lag and had, 2 FPS, every single game. However, and for my birthday back in 2020, I got a new laptop. It was a MacBook Air, and if you're wondering, do I still use it? I only use it for schoolwork now. If you didn't know, for Christmas in 2020, I got a gaming laptop, which is the laptop I'm currently using to record this on. And even though it's still a year old, it runs very good for its age. I mean, I know a lot of computers give out at least that 1 year old. Like my MacBook is turning 2 years old in only 3 weeks, and it acts like I got it 10 years ago. So you know what? It is what it is. I just didn't do a good job taking care of my MacBook. However, I think I've done a relatively good job of taking care of this laptop in the past year or so that I've owned it and had it. So anyway, I hopped on that computer, my old computer, which I always call it a white computer because it's white. I don't know why I call it that, but I've always called it that ever since I took ownership of that computer in late 2017. I've just called it that. So anyway, I wanted to get 30,000 minutes, so it took me from June 12th, 2020, to June 14th, 2020. It took me all the way to June 14th, 2020. So I was pretty much in the game all day, all night, and somehow cope. Really? Whatever. I'm going to cope about that later. But right now, I'm coping about what's going on in the community. So anyway, pretty much what's going on is the fact that, on June 13th, 2020, which was a Saturday, I decided I was bored because I had nothing else to do. I didn't want to play Roblox on an alt account because it just wasn't as fun, because I wasn't added to my friends. I was just a barren account with no friends on it, and I just wanted to play with my friends. So there's no way to do that. So I decided to go on Roblox Alternatives, and I went on Brick Hill, which I was logged into my current account called Bonked, which was a month old at the time. And I came across the forums, and they looked pretty fun, so I decided to verify my account and I started foruming. Now, the forums on that website are extremely toxic. I do warn you, they do not have a filter, so you're allowed to swear and say slurs at people and stuff as much as you want. But however, the moderation on that website has gotten a lot more strict since the beginning of last year, because when I first joined the community, when I first started using the forums, the security on the website was really bad. You were able to say slurs at anyone, you were able to disrespect people and call them all sorts of stuff with getting away with it without even getting banned. However, last year they hired a crap ton of moderators and stuff, and ever since then the website's got more strict. So you know what? If you go out of your way just to call people slurs, you're obviously going to get banned and probably even terminated, just due to the fact that the community's guidelines have gotten a lot more strict, especially due to the fact that there's a bunch of more people, because at this time there's only 300,000 users registered. Now there's 800,000, going on 900,000, so there's a lot of people in the community now compared to only 1.5 years ago. But anyway, shortly after I got into these forums, I really started getting into this game, and this is where I became controversial, is because you're probably wondering, how in the heck does Brick Hill relate to anything? Well, you see, the community was so toxic, and I got used to it because I learned from their toxic ways to be mean to other people and stuff. So I just hung around in the community for a good solid 3 months, from like June 2020 all the way to September 2020. If you're probably curious, do I still play the game? Oh yeah, I still play it every day. However, right now, I'm banned for 3 days, and I don't want to tell you the reason because you're probably going to hate me for no reason. It was a long story, so you know what, I'm going to get on banned on Friday the 14th, but, you know, whatever, I get banned every other day now. I don't really care anymore about it. I only care if my account get the termination, only because I've done so much on it in the past 2 years. I have over 38,000 forum posts. I mean, good grief, I just pretty much just put my time into it like I did with Subway Simulator 3 years ago. But anyway, basically, I just learned from all their toxic ways, and as I played the community a lot more, especially throughout last year, because I used to be pretty nice to people. It wasn't really around till April of last year, April 2021, where I just started becoming rude to everyone on the website for no reason, which actually caused me to get a ton of backlash just recently, up until like around last month or so, just because people hated me being so rude for no reason. So they decided to get back at me, which pretty much like caused me to get a lot of hate for no reason, but I understand the reason why they did that. But now that's old drama. And basically what happened is it led me to make controversial ways. If you didn't know, during July 2020 on Subway Simulator, I made a huge fool out of myself, especially in front of the 201 Empire, because I did something like I was in their Discord server or something. I was acting like a clown and stuff. I was just being stupid. I was basically just a 201 Empire wannabe, and I was just being cringe and stuff. I just was being rude, disrespectful to them, or whatever. I can't even remember what I did to piss them off so much, but really, to be honest. But anyway, you know what? At this point, that was almost 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure they don't care anymore. I hope they don't care anymore, because that's honestly sad. If you hold a grudge against someone, I actually really hate grudge holders so much, because it's like the kind of people that just don't get over something. Like, just get over it already, okay? You know what? It's silly to get over, like, to hold on to something for so long at this point. I mean, it's just sad. Like, something could happen, like, 10 years later, you still hate the person for doing that to you. Just give them a break. So, you know what? At this point, I like to just say, I was tired of the toxicity in the community. So, back in August 4th of 2020, on my main channel, Discord Moderator, which is a channel I'm going to put this YouTube video on. It may blow up, but who cares? I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't know. Only God knows. But anyway, basically, I was so sick of the community's antics, just being toxic for no reason. So I decided to make a video and like a documentary off of it. And it got popular. I remember a lot of people were like, 201 Bob probably disliked it, because it actually got several dislikes. But I was like, yeah, you know what? I doubt that. They probably don't know I'm even on YouTube in the first place. And plus, I'm not relevant, really. So you know what? It doesn't make any sense that he would randomly find my video out of the blue and dislike it just because he doesn't like my opinion on the community from like 1.5 years ago. But anyway, I was so tired of it. So, you know, during August and September of 2020, I tried maturing, because I was pretty immature back in July 2020, so I decided to try to mature a little bit during that time era, even though it was 2 months. Looking back at myself, I still wasn't pretty mature. I was still pretty cringe, and I looked at some of my comments I made during that time. And I know if you go back to, like, my old videos, I'll, like, make a big comment, I'll just trash talk my old self. Like, I'll have, like, a comment like this, like, posted 1 year ago that I thought that I think is cringe, and I'll just go hard on myself for it. But you know what, I like roasting myself. It's just fun to roast myself from when I was 13, acting like an idiot. Because if you didn't know, 2 weeks from today, 3 weeks from today, I turned 15. So finally, I won't be 14, because even being 14 wasn't a fun run. It was crazy and hectic at the same time. It was decent though. But anyway, I was so tired of getting pushed around in the AFK community, up until the point where I think I took a break from the community in October of 2020. Then I came back in November of 2020, and I was actually pretty nice to people during this time zone. Wow. I mean, during this time era, I made a lot of friends like 301 PNG, Noldrum763, and even Bromech06, and he actually probably hates me nowadays. And I don't really care, because this video is actually directed towards people like him. Yeah, pretty much is. He probably won't watch this, but you know what? I'll still get him to watch it one day. But anyway, I was pretty nice to people. So I think it was around December of 2020 where this hit game called Among Us started becoming popular, and a bunch of people started making Among Us jokes, and I got sick of it at one point. So I remember going hard on people and calling people out just for saying Among Us sus or something, because it got on my nerves and stuff. And I still do that occasionally, but it wasn't as bad during December 2020, because I remember getting really pissed off about it and stuff. I remember just calling people out and straight off bullying them. And this is really when I started becoming really controversial and toxic for no reason. This was the peak of my drama, the peak of this drama, and the peak of me being rude for no reason. Almost a year and a half ago, and yes, pretty much. This is where it started. So anyway, throughout January, oh my gosh, not April 2021, but January through February 2021, I was pretty rude to people. I was still I was pretty much picking up my antics from December 2020. I was just calling people out for just saying sus and all that stuff, just because I thought it was unfunny and really annoying at this point. But March of 2021, I took a break, another break from this community. However, in April 2021, don't even get me started. This is the worst. This is the climax of this drama. This is like the worst part of the drama I think ever. It was where I decided to go on the AFK/Vibe Squad group wall and spam the group wall saying, AFK, this group sucks, go find another group. And I remember just harassing the crap out of people just for saying sus jokes, and it was an unforgettable time. I'm pretty sure a few people still hold a grudge against me for that, even though that was almost 10 months ago at this point. I know it's still under a year ago, but still, you gotta let stuff go. Even Q2Tail doesn't hate me for it. He's the owner of the group. I mean, he did for a short amount of time, but then he got over it. Good job, because you know what? I hate it when people hold grudges. I don't even know what this person's doing, but anyway. I got kicked from the group a couple of days later on April 9th, 2021. I apologized for my actions and antics. However, the next few days, April 10th through April 16th, people were just not happy with me. They were still treating me like junk. However, you know what? I was being a jerk to them in the first place, so why not get back at me for doing it, you know? So on April 16th of 2021, that Friday, I decided to make a video on this channel called Everybody Hates Me. And I was just going through a pivotal time in my teenage years, especially in the AFK community, thinking everybody that I come across just hates me for no reason. Because if you're a teenager or going to be a teenager really soon, I'd like to advise for you, you're probably going to go through this stage of depression where everybody just hates you, and not everybody hates you, but everybody's just going to think that everybody's just going to you think everybody's just gonna hate you, which is not true, because I went through that stage back in April. So that video, it went pretty viral, but then like one day later after I put it up, I deleted it because I didn't like it. But anyway, I remember just disliking the video on purpose, just because I was mad at myself for doing that, ruining my reputation, when I pretty much asked for this in the first place. I mean, I asked where I went wrong, honestly, if you're wondering why. So basically, throughout May, all the way until, I'd say, good grief, it's probably like not even September, it's probably like it was May 2021 all the way throughout November 2021, where I just took a huge break of the community. I was like a 6-month break of the community. I literally just took half the year off from this community, just because I needed it. Instead, what did I do during that time? I just played Brick Hill and forumed on it, and I went from like 13,000 forum posts 20,000 forum posts all the way up to 30,000 forum posts, 38,000 forum posts to be exact. So I gained 18,000 posts in like the past 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. So I came back in early November 2021 from being pretty hated, but other people, actually, they didn't dislike me. I see people were actually treating me nicer because I actually wasn't as hated, because all that stuff happened at least 7 months before this happened. So you know what, I felt welcome into the community again. Same thing with December, I was pretty nice. So anyway, that was only a month ago. However, on December 10th of 2021, which is only just 1 month and 1 day ago, actually 1 month and 2 days ago now, Subway Simulator, for the first time since March, opened up to the public with its completely new revamp and late 2021 model. And I was really enthusiastic about the game, almost kind of like the enthusiasm to where I was at when I first started YouTube back 2 years ago. However, I went back to being cringy really fast. So you know what, I'll never forget this person in Torso Sam, which I met 3 years ago, told me I was cringe, and they said that nobody cared about what I did or anything. It kind of offended me, so I got mad over that. Instead, I just decided to target the AFK community once again. And as you can definitely tell within the past 2 to 3 weeks, I've just degraded myself a ton. I've harassed people for their join dates and all that stuff. And that's my brother right now. He's probably just gonna ruin this video. I'm gonna have to go real quick. Ignore that, or I'll probably just go with it. Anyway, I'll just deal with it. I'm not gonna edit this video out. I don't have the time to. But anyway, basically, I just went back to my old ways in April 2021, all the way up until like just a couple of days ago. And I've been having a kind of an argument with people in the Subway Simulator group wall currently. And yes, my PC is running low. I've been recording for quite some time now. And I'm probably gonna have to go because this is like running a little bit too late. I mean, good grief. I looked at the clock and it was 8:12. Now it's 8:36. I've been recording for a freaking long time now. But anyway, I just like to say I'm sorry for being super rude. I know this seems like a pathetic apology I'm probably gonna get bashed for or made fun of for, but you know what? I think I should just go inactive on Brick Hill because I think that's the source of why I'm being so rude. It's just because the community's antics and it's teaching me to just be mean to everybody for no reason. So you know what? For my advice, I just tell you all that I'm sorry. I'm sorry for bullying newer players in the community, even though they did kind of ruin the experience for me. I still don't like them, even though I'm apologizing to them. I'm sorry for it. I'll probably upload like a second part to this video, like a sequel in a few days, maybe. Depends, to like a month, I don't know. It depends on how viral this video gets in the community. I don't even know who else is gonna watch it. But anyway, I just like to say I'm sorry. I'll probably leave this community alone for like a while. I'll probably just take another long break or relatively long break from it, just because I think I need the time. I think I need the time just to get friends in real life and actually realize how valuable friends are, because all I'm doing is just destroying relationships and destroying my own reputation, like it's not already destroying this community. But regards, I'm sorry for doing all that stuff. I'm sorry for breaking all these friend relationships I've had for like the past 3 years, just because I've become rude for no reason once again. That's all I have to say. Thank you for wasting a long time in this video. I mean, this video wasn't a waste of time, but it's pretty much just a timeline explained in like just roughly an hour. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. I hope I have a good nice day, night, whatever. And I'll probably upload like a second video to this soon. So anyway, that's it for now. That's it for today's video, guys. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.